Agnes Arena on the campus of the University of Denver. We're here for round one of the Denver Regional Competition for the NCAA Gymnastics Championships. This is Marcy Jenkins. I'm here with you. I'll be here all meet. We are going to alternate between events. You should be able to see all the routines today between these two teams fighting for a spot in session 2 tomorrow, or round 2 tomorrow. We've got the Arizona Wildcats and the North Carolina Tar Heels. We'll be starting on vault and bars. The Wildcats will be kicking things off on vault first. See Coach John Coit there giving his gymnasts some last instruction. There's North Carolina. It's a beautiful sunny day outside here in Colorado. Both teams excited to be competing for this opportunity to move on to the second round tomorrow. Kicking off for vault will be Caroline Harry, then Emily Mueller, Sierra Linton, Malia Hargrove, Jessica Castles, and then Elizabeth LaRusso. As a reminder for those of you watching, each team is allowed to have 6 gymnasts compete. 5 scores will count toward the team total, and the winner of this competition will move on to compete tomorrow. The other teams in this Denver Regional include LSU, Oregon State, Georgia, Nebraska, Michigan, Denver, Minnesota, and the winner of this competition. We'll kick things off. Again, this is Caroline Harry. Arizona, she'll be doing a Yurchenko half. Yurchenko full, sorry. Great distance from the table, just a slight hop in the landing. Her chest was a little bit low. I would like to see a little more height on that vault, but very, very strong first start for them on vault. We'll watch the replay. Great form in the air, just a little bit of chest forward on that landing. Had to take a little bit of a slight movement with that left foot. Moving over to bars. This is Jamie Scherer. Jamie's a junior out of Apex, North Carolina. Really, really important in this competition to see those handstands right up at the top of the bar. She was a little bit over on that giant full. They really want to see that full twist finish right on top, and a little short on that handstand as well as on the overshoot. So just slight deductions. A little short on that last handstand as well. See if she can catch the dismount. And this hop on the landing. Good start for them, but not the execution they need if they're going to beat this Wildcat team. They really need to be hitting those handstands. Watch this dismount. She gets great height, good position in the air, just a slight hop on the landing. We'll go back over to vault. Our second competitor on vault will be Emily Mueller. She's also doing her Yurchenko full. And you can see she had a little bit of a pike in her hips on the full twist and ended up with a little bit of over rotation and had to take a pretty big hop backwards. So she had just a pike in those hips, resulted in that hop in the landing, but another strong vault. Moving back over to bars, this is Julia Noer. Julia is a sophomore out of Louisiana. The sophomore class at North Carolina has just been amazing for them this year. Bring you the scores as soon as we get access to those as well. coach Dana Durante just said how much she enjoys working with this team. They're really open to change and pushing themselves. You know, this team has not been at the regional competition. Last year was their first time to regionals in a very long while. And adding the extra weeks of training and competition at the end of the season is definitely something that you need to work up to, but this team has done a great job. Again, leaning very heavily on this sophomore class. See the score for Scherer to start them off in 9.675. Nice handstand. See a little slight separation of the legs on that release move, so that'll be a bit of a deduction. Again, just there, just a little bit of separation in the toes. And a little bit short on that handstand as well. See if she can grab the dismount. And a nice landing. That's exactly how you want to finish that routine. Just little deductions, again, here and there that they're going to really want to clean up and get tight. But watch the height she gets on this dismount. It's a full twisting double flyaway and spots the landing. Back over to vault. This is Serena Linton from Arizona. Another Yurchenko full from Serena. Pretty big hop on the landing. They're definitely leaving some tenths for North Carolina to stay in close competition with them here. Just lacked a little bit of height and amplitude off of the table. Moving back over to bars. And it will be Gwen Fink. Gwen is a freshman out of South Carolina. The high score for North Carolina so far this season as a team is a 196.475 compared to Arizona's 197.275. So the Arizona team has definitely pulled it all together for a really nice score earlier in the season, but this regional competition is an opportunity for these teams to be on the same floor with the same judges. It can really benefit a team like North Carolina that's really been striving to move up in the rankings. Beautiful straddle Jaeger. Nice handstand. You can really see her trying to keep those legs and toes together. Short on that handstand. Double layout. And a beautiful landing. Little deductions during the routine, but that was a great finish for them with that double layout flyaway. Just really spots the landing, and these landings could be what this competition comes to. They're really sticking those landings here on bars. Next over to vault is Malia Hargrove. Malia is a senior out of Nevada. And a 1.5 twist, big hop and landing, but that's a 10.0 start value vault. She got great height and distance off the table. Good form in the air, just love her technique. Beautiful vault, just that hop on the landing was really the biggest deduction that I saw. We'll move back over to bars. This is gonna be Isabel Schaefer. Isabel is a sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And she has scored a 9.925 on this event. You can see the score from Fink in the background at 9.8. It's their highest score so far. Nice giant half. Beautiful height on that straddle Jaeger. really moving well on this routine. Just slightly short on that last handstand. Let's see if she can stick the landing. Full twisting double flyaway, little hop. But that was definitely their best routine so far. That execution throughout the routine was solid. We'll watch the dismount, just a slight hop backwards. We'll move back over to vault. This is Jessica Castles. See, these scores for Arizona are not what they want if they are going to edge out this North Carolina team. They really need a stucco vault here. Very big hop backwards. They'll definitely want to drop that score. Unfortunately, we haven't seen many 9/8s from this squad on vault. Just a little bit of excitement and over rotation. That's a huge deduction on that landing. Move back over to bars. And this is one of their star athletes, Lali Dekanoidze. She's a sophomore. She was injured last season, got injured right at the very beginning of the season last year, but has come back and had some career records already this season. The score from Schaefer at that 9.775. Beautiful transition to the high bar. Right on top in the handstand. Beautiful handstand. She has scored a 9.95 on this in the past. Let's see if she can stick the landing. And a beautiful routine for them in that 5th spot in this lineup. Let's watch again that dismount. There's no deduction for them having those extra mats. Gorgeous routine. We'll head over to vault for their final competitor, Elizabeth LaRusso. You can see only one score so far above a 9.8. Elizabeth is also doing her Yurchenko full. And that was a nice Yurchenko full. Really knew where she was on that landing, just slight hop backwards when they really need to stick those landings if they're going to move to the next round. Good position in the air and a nice way to finish out that rotation for the Wildcats. Our final routine on bars for North Carolina will be Taylor Schultz. Just waiting for the score from Lali. Something that Coach Dena Durante said about her team is they really just have been working on trusting themselves and the team this season. They've put all the work in the gym and just really need to rely on that here in postseason competition. You can see the score for Lali was a 9.9. See if they can finish out strong in this final routine on bars. Giant half. High taker, she had some trouble with that in the warm-ups. She was actually a last-minute sub into this lineup for North Carolina. They pulled out Elizabeth Colton. That's a 0.5 of a point deduction. They'll definitely drop this score. Dena Durante is in her second year of coaching this program here at North Carolina. She was previously at Georgia and then took a few years break in between to go be an executive recruiter and worked at another company and said it really gave her a new perspective on coaching, and she really is enjoying what she's able to do with these athletes here at North Carolina. Really enjoys the teamwork and the partnership across the campus. Finishing with a nice double flyaway, but again, that routine they'll want to drop it. Good job stepping into that lineup to fill an empty spot. Watch that giant full, little bit of form break there. And that'll close us out for this first rotation. When we come back, University of North Carolina will be on vault and University of Arizona will be on bars. And we're back ready for rotation number 2 here in Magnus Arena on the campus of the University of Denver. And Marcy Jenkins here with you. We're going to do some recaps of the first rotation. And Arizona on vault. Strong Yurchenko 1.5. They just couldn't quite put the landings together here in this competition, and that may come back to bite them. Over to bars. North Carolina, great routine here by Lali Adekanoidze, just absolutely beautiful. Sticks that landing. So Arizona finishes up on vault with a 48.8. Definitely not how they wanted to start out this meet. They only had 2 scores above a 9.8. That 9.825, the highest score by Malia Hargrove and Elizabeth Russo with the 9.8. So they really, really need to work on those landings and their execution on bars. A lot of fans that came out from the different teams here to the University of Denver. Pretty decent crowd here on Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. in Malahai City. And North Carolina on bars, they finished with a 48.9. So right now they're 1/10 of a point ahead of the Wildcats. Their high score was by Lali there with a 9.9. Strong rotation for them. It is their strongest event. So we'll see how each of these teams performs in this second rotation. We'll be starting on vault with North Carolina. They're currently ranked 37th in the nation on vault. And Arizona will be on bars, and they are also ranked 37th in the nation on bars. So they're pretty even in terms of their rankings across these 2 events. And it's all going to come down to these landings and handstands on bars. Starting out is Isabella Schaefer. She does a tuck to a Yurchenko full. She does a great job on that ball. It only starts at a 9.9 start value, but gets great height and distance off of the table. Spots that landing, just a small hop. So the most she could get on that ball is a 9.9. With that small hop, it'll be up to a 1/10 of a point deduction. We'll move over to bars. This is Emily Mueller from Arizona, kicking them off. Emily is a sophomore from Cary, North Carolina. Again, we'll be watching for those handstands and the form. Great handstand there. First up, you'd see her toes were a little bit flexed. The judges will take a deduction for that. Really needs to have those strong toes pointed, just a little bit weak in that department throughout this entire routine so far. Got a great handstand. Getting ready for a dismount, layout double flyway, and a step landing. So just some slight deductions again that those judges can take off. I'd really love to see her perfect those a little bit more and really focus on that toe point, because that was a gorgeous routine otherwise. Nice handstands right up on top of the bar. And a nice landing. We'll head back over to vault. This is going to be Win Fink. Win is going to be doing a Yurchenko full. A pike down, so she ended up taking a slight hop backwards, but that was a strong vault. Lots of distance off the table. You'll notice the lines on the mat. That's new this year. The judges, it helps the judges to know what type of a deduction they need to take. She's right in the center, so good second vault for the Tar Heels. We'll move over back to bars. Elizabeth LaRusso. Sophomore out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Talking with John Court before this meet, he mentioned that 90% of the routines they're competing here at this regional are the same routines that they competed last year, so there's some experience that can go to their advantage. Nice straddle Jaeger. Short on that handstand, a little leg separation on the overshoot to a low bar. Short on that handstand as well. Nice landing. She really fought to stick that landing. Turned into her salute. But those little deductions here and there throughout the routine are really going to get them in this rotation. Full twisting double flyaway. Beautiful execution on that. Move back over to vault, and Paige Prigini will be next. Paige is also doing a Yurchenko full, looking for height and distance off the table, position in the air, extended hips, legs together. Nice job on that vault, just a big hop on that landing. Just went backwards a little bit more than up, which caused her to over-rotate slightly and need to take that step backwards. Move back over to bars, and this is going to be Allison Fears. She has scored a 9.925 on this routine in the past, so lots of potential here for a big score for Arizona, which is what they need. Again, trailing the Tar Heels by 1/10 of a point after that first rotation. A little over on that handstand. Nice reverse head. So far, other than that first handstand, a little bit short on that last one. See if she can stick the landing. Slight hop. So a number of small deductions throughout that routine. Let's watch. She's just a little bit too much power. Was able to hold on and then goes into her reverse hecht release move. Nice position on that layout double flyway, but just the slight hop backwards. Moving back over to vault. This is Julia Noer. She's also going to be doing the Yurchenko full. Beautiful. That was a great vault for them. Just a little bit of chest down on that landing and a slight hop, but that was really their best vault so far. Really shooting to get into that 9-8 scoring range on these vaults. Just a real slight hop backwards on that landing. We'll head back over to bars. This is Bailey McCabe. Bailey is a junior out of San Diego, California. You can see the score for Fierce in the background, that 9.7. Giant with a half right on top of the bar. Into a kite dagger. Nice handstand. Really fighting for those positions. Great handstand. And a stuck landing. That is exactly what this team needed. A clean routine with a stuck landing to really get those last scores in this rotation up. Let's take a look at this again. Beautiful position in the air and just spots the landing. Back over to vault, and this is Kaya Forbes. Kay is a freshman out of Gonzales, Louisiana. Lots of power. Let's see if she can stick this landing. 1.5 twist. She's really trying really hard to stick that landing and ended up under-rotated, and that's actually a bigger deduction than over-rotating. So what they were hoping was going to be a big score for them is probably the score they're going to want to end up dropping. It does start out of a 10-0 start value, but those steps in the under rotation will be a significant deduction. Back over to bars. This is Taylor Raskin. Taylor's a junior out of Wisconsin. See the score for McCabe, a 9.850. Beautiful height on that release move. Just a little bit short on these handstands, but overall great form. I love her toe point. Lots of extension. See if she can stick this landing. And a stuck landing. Great job. Just small deductions here and there on that routine, but another strong bar set for Arizona. Spots that landing and sticks. And back over to vault. This is going to be their final vaulter. It's Lali Dekanodzi, that sophomore. She has scored a 9.9 on this vault previously. Really pops out and sticks the landing. I can see why she's gotten a 9.9 so far on that vault. Again, it only starts at a 9.95 start value, but great height and distance and really opens up the twist to stick the landing. Watch her, she just opens it out. Knows exactly where she is. Great vault to finish up for the Tar Heels on this rotation. And our final competitor for bars, the University of Arizona, will be Serena Linton. They really need a strong scorer here if they're going to stick in with the Wildcats. Nice handstand. Let's see the score for Raskin there, a 9.725. Nice back salto. So far, she's moving very well in this routine. Nice handstand. See if she can stick the landing. Beautiful finish for them on bars. That's exactly what they needed in this rotation. Finish it off strong. that release move to the high bar. Great form, little bit of leg separation, but we're also watching it a bit in slow motion. And then watch this dismount, the form in the air, plants the landing. Gorgeous. And that'll do it for our second rotation. When we come back, University of Arizona will be on beam and North Carolina will be on floor.
This concludes your second rotation of competition. Gymnasts, please prepare to...
And welcome back to Magnus Arena for the third rotation. We'll give you some scores to summarize that second rotation with Arizona on bars and North Carolina on vault. As Arizona had some strong performances on bars. Beautiful pike jagger. Really showing those handstands. And this rotation ended up being a decent rotation for them, but definitely not the high score that they wanted as a team total. Nice stuck landing there on the dismount. And let's head over to vault for North Carolina. Take a look at their fantastic sophomore. Lovely to look at, just beautiful, popped out of that. Scored a 9.9 again on that vault. So the Tar Heels finished up vault with a team score of 48.800. Strong performances for them, but really we're hoping to get some stuck landings, and unfortunately that Kaya Forbes just did not deliver on the Yurchenko 1.5. So they're gonna have a little bit of room to make up. As we head over and look at Arizona's scores on bars, their high score was the 9.825 or 9.85 by Bailey McCabe. They had a couple 9.825s, and their total of 48.925 puts them ahead in this competition by 0.025. The current scores between the two teams are University of Arizona with a 97.725 and University of North Carolina with a 97.7. So again, 0.025 separating these teams right now after the first two rotations. In this third rotation, North Carolina will be on floor and Arizona will be on beam. North Carolina's ranking on floor is 48th. And Arizona's rank on beam is 15. So they're a super strong beam squad. I'm talking with the coaches ahead of the meet. They mentioned how with this new regional format, this first meet is a bit of a level set and a practice for the judges as well as it is for these gymnasts in a competition to get into that second round. And really the thinking here is that this meet really starts to pick up in this third and fourth rotation. The judges are now used to the scoring, they're used to the 4-judge format, and it'll really come down to these two events. And with how close these team totals are right now, that is exactly the case in this competition. Judges are looking for that 180-degree split. This is Allison Fears. This is her acrobatic series. Beautiful back handspring layout step out. Hitch kick to cartwheel. Just looks very comfortable. Beat jump. Judges are really looking for that back leg to make a full circle with the head. They may or may not give her credit for that jump, but let's see her dismount. 1.5 twist, nice landing. So that was a great start for them. Perfect lead-off position. So when you want to be super confident, get up there, get their routine done to set things off in the right direction. And here's her back handspring layout, step out. Nice form right over the center of the beam. And then watch the dismount, again looking for that stuck landing. Beautiful. Heading over to floor, this is going to be Amy Wozniak. Jamie is a freshman out of Wheaton, Illinois. Twist into a punch front. Just was a little bit under rotated on that first 1.5 twist. A little bit low in those jumps. The judges are really looking for all of the jumps to have 180-degree split or that's her double pike. Nice last pass. So a disappointing start for them on floor. Really wanted to set things off in the right direction, just under rotation on that first tumbling pass. Let's take a look at the last pass. She did a great job on this double pike. Difficult to do at the end of your routine. Takes it back quite a bit, but is able to pull it around and finish strong. Head back over to beam, and this is going to be Hannah Nam. Oh, sorry, Caroline Henry. Caroline is a junior from Argyle, Texas. And something that John was talking about this team is that they don't have any captains for the team because they see everyone as a leader. And different people step up when needed to really lead this team. Beautiful back handspring layout step out. I love the height and distance she got on that layout. Nice side semi right over the center of the beam. Just a little bit crooked on that second leap and jump. 5/10 of a point deduction. And her dismount, a 1.5 twist. Nice landing. That was a beautiful routine with the exception of that wobble on the leap series right in the middle. Disappointing routine. They'll definitely want to drop that score again. 6 athletes compete, 5 scores count. Watch beautiful back handspring layout step out. Just unfortunate that she fell on that leap series. We'll watch the dismount here again, 1.5 twist. Beautiful finish. This is Hannah Nam. Next up for the Tar Heels on floor. Hannah is a senior out of Westchester, Ohio. And they really want to drop that first routine score. Double pike. Solid first pass. A little low in those jumps. Again, we want to see those horizontal leg position in order to get credit for those jumps. Better on that second jump there in that combination leap series. Twist into front full. And a nice floor routine for the Tar Heels. Exactly what they needed to pick up after that fall on the first routine of the rotation. Let's watch this nice high double pike, chest up on the landing, exactly what the judges are looking for. We'll move over to balance beam. This is Serena Linton. A little bit of pressure here on Serena, given the call by Caroline ahead of her. Beautiful job on the left arm. Two back handsprings into it. Step up slowly wobble because they gotta hold on. Nice split, scissor split. Split jump. Job on that landing. Strong pickup for them. A little bit of bobble there after that acro series, but overall a strong routine. Should put up a nice score and a good landing. We'll head back over to floor. This is Gwen Fink. Gwen coming off of a 9.8 on bars. Freshman out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Nice split in those leaps and jumps. Two and a half twist. Looked like she landed a little bit wonky on that, just one leg, but didn't look like it caused her any problems. Last pass. 1.5 into front layout. And that was a strong routine for them. Lots of great difficulty in her tumbling. And great execution in her leaps and jumps as well. This is that first pass, double pike. Nice high chest on the landing. We'll move back over to beam. This is Emily Mueller. Is a sophomore out of Cary, North Carolina. Aerial cartwheel into a lance. Beautiful. Slight bobble, but that will be a minor deduction. Beam with confidence and be aggressive. Exactly what she's doing in this routine. So she can stick her dismount. Slight hop, but very minor deduction there in the middle of the routine, and then a slight hop on the landing, but that will be another strong score for Arizona on balance beam. Watch the dismount. Just a slight hop. We'll head back over to floor. And this is Brianna Greenlow. Brianna's a senior out of Siouxland, Georgia. Pike. Pretty big step on the landing, but she did not go out of bounds. The gymnast step outside of that white line. It's another 1/10 of a point deduction. She didn't. It's Coach Durante in the background. Beautiful punch front into 2.5 twist. Under-rotated and had to sit down. So unfortunately, they are going to need to count a fall in this rotation. Very difficult tumbling, though. I'm glad to see them going for it. This is that punch front into the 2.5 twist. And back over to beam. This is Malia Hargrove. Remember, these teams are competing for a spot in session 2 tomorrow. There's 2 meets tomorrow, one at 2 p.m. Mountain and one at 7 p.m. Mountain. So for these 2 teams, the team that makes it through, if they make it through to the finals, they will be doing 3 competitions in 1 weekend, which is a lot for any of these gymnasts to do. Dismount. That was a strong routine for them. They're really putting it together in this 3rd rotation. Just that first fall early on in the lineup, but so far they've been very strong. Spotted that landing and no movement. We're going to head back over to floor. This is Kaya Forbes. Anna. See the score for Greenlow at 9.00. They definitely want to see if they can get their beautiful full in. Get their scores up a little bit higher for the rest of this rotation. Lunge front layout into front full. Tumbling pass. Double tug. Nice height. Really strong tumbler. I bet we'll see some great things from her as she goes through her career here. Just a freshman at the Tar Heels. Lots of potential. And see this middle pass, front layout into front full. Very strong. This is Jessica Castle. She's the last performer we'll have from the University of Arizona on beam. You can see the scores there. They're wanting to drop that 9.00 and hopefully get a strong score to make up for that 9.6. Nice job. She's a little bit quicker on the landing, but was able to cover it up. Just looks a little bit off with her feet placement on the beam, but really fighting through. Very difficult to do that turn at the end of the routine. It takes a lot of strength. Judges do look for that in the composition of the routine, and a nice strong 1.5 twist dismount. So a little bit of uncomfortableness there in the beam routine, slight little bobbles, but a nice finish for them on this event. They'll definitely be glad to have beam behind them and be moving over to floor. And this is the final competitor for North Carolina floor, Julia Noer. Julia has scored a 9.9 on this event previously. Nice high double pike. Unfortunately, went out of bounds on that second tumbling pass. It was beautiful, nice and high, but just traveled a little bit too far. So they had a 1/10 of a point deduction. This North Carolina team has a lot of goals, and they are doing such a great job having entered into the regional competition only last year. A little bit low on that landing, but really fighting through, trying the big skills to move their way up in the rankings. And this is that second patch, just a little bit of over rotation. You can see her foot's out of bounds, see the hand went up, so that'll be 1/10 of a point deduction. And that'll finish us up for this third rotation. When we come back, we'll have the final rotation. Arizona will be on floor, and North Carolina will be on beam. And welcome back to Magnus Arena. We're getting set for the fourth and final rotation of this first round of the Denver Regional NCAA Championship competition. Just some highlights coming from Arizona on beam. This is their top performer on this event today, Malia Hargrove. Definitely did a great job, the entire team, attacking this rotation. Had some bobbles and one fall, but were able to not count that fall. So you see the scores here, the high score from Malia Hargrove, a 9.875. Strong scores. They just had to count a 9.65, which is below that 9.8 average. So 48.975 is a strong total for them on this event. Not their highest of the season, but a strong going into this fourth rotation. And then on floor, the top performance was Kaya Forbes. Beautiful tumbling, great height, this middle pass, lots of difficulty, lots of potential in this athlete for the future. Finishes out with a nice high double tuck, chest up. So you can see her score there, a 9.825. They finished out that rotation with a 47.250. Julia Noer's score was actually a 9.55. She had 2/10 of a point deduction for stepping out of bounds. So right now, as it stands, the University of Arizona is leading with a 146.700. And the Tar Heels have a 145.600. So they have 1.1 to make up if they're going to catch the Wildcats and move on into that second round tomorrow. North Carolina will be on beam, as I mentioned. You can see the lineup there, starting with Hannah Nam. She's going to kick things off for the Tar Heels on this rotation. It's really going to come down to this entire team on this event trusting themselves and the team. Just what Dana Durante was talking about before the meet. Really important for them to trust in their abilities. They've done this in practice. They know that they can hit these routines. Dana was a beautiful gymnast in her career. And her daughter, Sammy Durante, was at LSU, beautiful acro series, and is now a manager here, and that team will be competing tomorrow. So far, a strong routine to kick them off on this rotation. They really are going to need some help, though, from Arizona on floor if they're going to catch them in this competition. Slight hop on the landing, but that was a great start for them on this event. They really want to close out this competition strong. Just a slight little hop on the landing, but overall a strong start for them on this rotation. We'll move over to floor. This is Elizabeth LaRusso. This Arizona team just needs to do what they've done in previous competitions. Not get too excited. Just focus on themselves here. Punch, front double twist. Great start. Twist. That was a great start for them on floor. Really clean, great tumbling, good combination of height on both those leaps and jumps, as well as her acrobatics here. You'll see this beautiful punch 1.5 twist. Great start. Heading over to beam. The first score you see there for Hannah Nam, beautiful, 9.825. Really setting them off on the right foot for this rotation. Gwen Fink now up. Fink is one of their all-arounders. Doing all 4 events today. In this regional competition, there are 4 judges. They throw out the high and low score and average the 2 in between. Will be the case for all of the postseason competition. Nice job correcting for that little bit of off balance. Landing, just a slight hop. So a little bit of formed or bobble deductions here and there on that routine, but overall that was a great second set for them in this rotation. They're really fighting to stay in this competition with Arizona. And we'll head back over to floor. This is Elena Dietz. Is a junior out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. Something that John, the coach, talked about ahead of the competition is that they focus on metrics they can control and not so much about the judges' scores. They know they can't control what the judges do, but those stick percentages and handstands on bars and their depth and their start values, that is things they can control. And so that's really what they use to measure their success from meet to meet. Beautiful high double tuck with a stuck landing. That was another strong routine from the Wildcats on floor. Double tuck, stuck landing. Again, they're coming ranked 38th on the floor, but really showing some strong difficulty and execution on the event so far. You can see the score by Hannah, 9.825. This is Hallie Thompson. She looked a little bit off with her feet on that, but was able to hold on and complete that layout step out. Really like to see your team fighting for those skills, intense. But that was a great routine again. I love the grit. Her pushing through that series. Looked like she was a little bit off with her foot, but was able to stay on, really fought through that whole routine, wanting to finish this rotation off strong. We'll head over to floor. This is Allison Fears. Score for Dietz before her was a 9.850. Chest down on that, so judges will take a slight deduction, but nothing significant. Nice 180-degree split, leaps and jumps. Nice 1.5 twist. Into a front full, beautiful third pass. And that was a great routine. Watch the height she gets on this third pass. A lot of gymnasts do it second pass, but 1.5 into a front full. Another solid routine. We'll head back over to the balance beam. This is Jamie Scherer. Jamie's a junior. Bit of knee bend. Judges will take a slight deduction for that. In her layout step out, right over the middle of the beam. that second jump. Finish. I really love how she fought for that routine. Slight deductions here and there again, so you won't see a huge score, but really great to see this team fighting through these routines. Not sure if they'll give her the connection for that last acro series into her dismount, but next up on floor for Arizona is Emily Mueller. Score for Fears just ahead of her was a 9.875, so the Wildcats are definitely on track to win this competition. Double pike, great height. Double tuck, great height on the landing. Another strong floor routine for the Wildcats. They really want to finish out this competition strong again. I wonder if this competition will move on to compete tomorrow night. Great double pike. This is Julia Noer. Two more competitors left in this rotation. They really have done a great job. On these routines, fighting to stay on the beam, but also for every 10th. Nice height in that acro series. So far, very solid routine. She looks very confident in this event. See if she can stick the landing. 1.5 twist and a stuck landing. That is by far their best routine so far today. And what a way to finish the season if they don't make it to that next session. This team can definitely walk away knowing they put everything out there on this event. They have one more performer to go. We'll head it back over to floor, Caroline Harry. For Carolyn, coming off of that fall, the balance beam really wants to finish this meet out on a positive note. series. Twist into a front layout. And final tumbling pass. Double pike. Beautiful height on that last pass. Very strong floor routine. I'm so glad to see her come back from that fall on beam and have such a great performance here on this last rotation. Let's watch the height again. Doing a double pike at the end of the routine gives you bonus 10s. It's more difficult to do it than at the first pass. You have more energy in your first pass. Great routine. We'll have one more performance from Arizona on floor. This is the final competitor on balance beam today for North Carolina, Taylor Schultz. Very difficult leap combination. Cartwheel, 1.5 twist. Just slightly low on that landing, but that was a great finish. I am so proud of this team. Den and Durante, it's got to be super excited for them finishing out this competition on one of the toughest events to finish on. And they really showed that grit and that determination to finish out this rotation. We'll head over to floor for the final performance from Arizona, Malia Hargrove. Just one routine left. And this team will be moving on to round 2 tomorrow. Into 1.5 twist, was able to stay in bounds. And that was a great finish for Arizona on floor. Final competitor of the meet today. And here's that 1.5 twist into a front full, great height and execution. And then I'll close us out for the fourth and final rotation. When we come back, we will have some scores and let you know who's moving on to session 2 tomorrow. And welcome back to Magnus Arena. We are finished out with this first session of Denver Regionals. Finished up the meet. North Carolina was on balance beam. They had some very strong performances. Super proud of this team. Beautiful focus on stuck landings. Great job in execution. Really fought to the finish. Again, those landings are key when you're trying to make up ground, being behind. They finished up with a 49.00 team score, which is great for them, a really good accomplishment. They were able to count 4 scores above a 9.8. And at this point, this program really getting into their groove for post-season competition for the future. And Dana Durrante's got to be happy with them finishing out with that performance. Heading over to floor, we had some very strong tumbling. Saw some really difficult routines. That final pass finishing up with a double tuck, great height on the landing. And Arizona did exactly what they needed to do in this final rotation of 49.350. Again, coming into that final rotation, they were leading by a 1.1. So definitely ran away with this meet on the 4th rotation. And our final scores for the team totals, the Arizona Wildcats with a 196.050 will advance to the next round tomorrow. The 194.60 is definitely something that Tar Heels can be proud of. Floor was definitely not their best performance, but they'll take this and learn from it. And this sets up the Wildcats definitely for tomorrow, really needing to work on improving their execution on some of these events. But there'll be a signing competition tomorrow. Join us 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Time for both rounds here in Magnus Arena. For Marcy Jenkins, I appreciate you listening. We're looking forward to the rest of the competition.